Okay, here's the first document I shared with you. It's just got problems where we were working on before we left for this hiatus here. It says determine whether each function is an example of exponential growth or decay, then find the y-intercept. And I know you don't have access to one of these calculators right here, so I'll tell you what you're going to do about that. You're going to have to go to, and this will work, go to just Google calculator, or if your phone has a calculator, you can use that too. And I'll tell you some of what you're going to punch in. Okay, determine whether each function is an example of exponential growth or decay, then find the y-intercepts. And these are your examples that I'm going to be doing. Okay, so number one, y equals, or actually, I'm going to delete part of this. You just got to find if it's growth or decay. Okay, so number one, y equals 100, 0.25 to the x power. Okay, so I'll set up an xy table, 0, 1, 2. I'll just put 0 in for the x right here. Okay, now on these calculators, a lot of phones have the same thing. I enter in 100, parentheses, 0.25, close the parentheses, and your power is this little x to the y power right here. Okay, x to the y power, it's right here where my mouse is going. So 0, that's going to be 100, because anything to the 0 power is 1, and if you take it times 100, that's 100. Okay, then I have to enter it in again. So now I take 100, 0.25, close that. We need to take that to the power of 1. Okay, 25. And the same thing, 100, 0.25 to the power of 2. 6.25. Okay, that's decay. Okay, so that the answer to that problem is decay. Okay, next one, number 2. Y equals 7/8, then 18 to the x power. 0, 1, 2. Okay, so you're going to make your table 0, 1, 2. Here's what you do for a fraction on these. Here's how you enter in a fraction. You have to make a parentheses, just like that. Okay, you're just going to go 7 divided by 8, close the parentheses. Okay, then you make another parentheses, 18, close the parentheses, to the xy power, and then the first one we're going to do is 0. Okay, 0.875. Okay, next one, to do a fraction, just hit that and go 7 divided by 8, close the parentheses, then a parentheses next to it, 18 to the power of 1. Okay, 15.75. And the next one, 7 divided by 8, close it. Okay, this is 18 to the power of 2. Okay, 283.75. That's obviously a growth. Okay, so that's growing. Okay, number 3. Y equals 0.2 times 5/3 to the x power. 0, 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to go 0.2, parentheses, remember just go 5 divided by 3, close it. Hit the power button 1, and I got 0.2. Okay. Okay, next one, 0.2 parentheses 5 divided by 3, close it, xy power, and you're going to go 1. Okay, 0.33. I want to go to the power of 2. Okay, 0.55. Now that's growth. It's getting higher. Not a lot higher, but it's still growing, so that's growth. Okay, then number 4, the last of these ones. Okay, we've got y equals 0.7, then 1/5 to the x power. Okay, so you're going to go 0.7 parentheses 1 divided by 5, close that parentheses, hit the power of 0. Okay, 0.7. Okay, 0.7 parentheses 1 divided by 5 to the power of 1. It's going to be 0.14. Also, that'd be 0.70 if you want to put decimals there, so you can develop kind of the number sense there. 0.7 parentheses 1 divided by 5, close it, and raise it to the power of 2. 0.028. Now that is getting smaller because it goes from 7 to 1 to 0 in the 10th place, the number after the decimal. So that's decay. Okay, next one. Write each equation in logarithm form, and you've got those directions on your document right there. Okay, so number 5, we have 3 to the 4th power equals 81. Okay, so I need to write a log, okay? Whatever the power is goes here, and it's going to be all by itself. Whatever the base of the power is comes down here, and then the product 81 just goes right before the equals sign. That's pretty much all you do. It's kind of a memorization thing, I'm not going to lie. 8 to the negative 2nd power equals 1 over 64. So I write log, remember that negative 2 is all by itself. And the base of the negative 2, 8 goes here. And then our product 1 over 64 goes right there. Okay. Next one. Evaluate each logarithm. Okay, so number 7, we've got log base 7 of 343, and it says equals, okay, 343. So again, start multiplying 7s. 1 times 7, that's 49, times 7, that's 343 right there, okay? That's 3, the 3 factors of 7, so 3 is the answer. Okay, number 8. Log base 8 of 512 equals, so I'm going to have 8 times 8 times 8, and that equals 512, so that's 3 base 8s, so 3. Okay, number 9. Log base 9 of 6561 equals, so we have a 9 times 9 is 81, so I'm not there yet. Times 9 there, use a calculator as you're doing this, is 729. I don't expect you to know this in your head. Times 9 there, and that's 4, so that would be 4. Okay, log base 2 of 1 over 16. Now, if you have a 1 over the the product 1 over 16, just make it negative. Your answer is going to be negative if there's a 1 over it. And then we're just going to multiply 2's out to 16. So 4, 8, and that's 16. Okay, so that's 4 factors of 2, so negative 4. Okay, write the expression as a single logarithm. Okay, so number 11, okay. We've got the problem 6 log base 2 of x minus 3 log base 2 of b. Okay, so you want to just make a single logarithm. You just want log base 2 only one time. Okay, then in that parentheses you're going to have x, and then minus means you're going to divide x by b. Just x divided by b. And then those 6 and 3 just come around, and those are my powers. So it's x to the 6th and b to the 3rd. That's the answer. Okay. Okay, number 12. Expand into multiple logarithms. Okay, so we got log base 2 of 8x to the 3rd, y to the 4th. Now I put a parentheses around that right there, and I'll do that in the document so it's there for you. Okay. Okay, so we got 3 factors, 8x and y, so log base 2, log base 2, log base 2. So you got 8 x to the 3rd, y to the 4th. Now when I'm expanding it out in multiplication, I need to use addition signs. Okay, and then those powers actually need to come around to the front of the log. Okay, so 4. And there it's expanded. Okay, then you start solving the equation. Okay, solve the equation. Okay, number 13. Now to make this easy on yourself, kind of take my advice here. Now if you are solving for a variable and that variable is in the exponent, which we have here, just set the exponent equal. First off, make sure everything outside the parentheses is clear. Everything out. This is the power. These two things combine to make the power. Make sure there's nothing outside the power. There's not. So then I can go to 4x equals log over log. We put the product on top, what's all by itself, and then the base of the exponent on bottom. Okay. Now, that calculator online has what you need. You hit log 243, close, 3, divided by log 3. Okay, I got 5. So to solve for x, I'm going to need to divide both sides of our equation by 5. So x equals 1.25. 5 divided by 4 is 1.25. Okay, number 14, the next problem. 3 to the x minus 4 power equals 20. Okay, so nothing's outside the power, so I take my exponent, x minus 4, and set that equal to the log ratio, log over log. The product 20 on top, and then 3 on the bottom. Now I just put that into the calculator. Okay, 2.73. And you add a 4 to both sides, and that's 6.73. Okay, number 15. Log base 4 of x equals 4. Okay, basically on this one, your x isn't a power. You need to rewrite this into a, and also, I'll tell you what, we're going to switch that little 4 to a 5, so it's 5, okay. Okay, now to solve for the x, what we're going to do, remember the log is going to be equal to our exponent. Now whatever is right before the equals in parentheses, we can put that all by itself, okay? And over here I'm going to write a power. This is the base and the 4 is the power, because remember whatever's on one side of a logarithm is your power. Then we just got to figure out what 5 to the 4th power is. I could find that by going 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. 625. Okay, next problem. I gave you a little hint there, okay? So number 16, we got 4 and then e to the power of 3x equals 200. I gave you a hint off the side, hint, ln. Whenever I see e, I'm going to have to use ln. Now first, outside the power, we actually have a multiplier 4. We need to divide by that multiplier so it goes away, so that would make 50. Okay, now we're going to get rid of the e, but we're going to use ln. So ln gets rid of the e, and I will have 3x. But then on the other side, I got to find the ln of 50, the natural log of 50. Okay, so here's the ln key right there, 50, 3.91. And then I just divide by 3, and I have my answer. Okay, 1.30. Okay, number 17. Now, here it says ln, and then x minus 5 equals 3. Then it says hint e. Okay. Okay. Now, first off, right away you're going to get rid of your e, or your ln. You use the e to get rid of the ln, and then we have x minus 5. Okay, and then to find e to the 3rd power, what you would do is you would find the letter e. Okay. Now you got to hit your x to the y power key, so then that you can take it e to the power of 3. Okay, 20.09, and then I would just add 5, and that would give me 25.09. Okay, and then there are 2 story problems. Number 18. Okay, I think I got enough room on this page. It says a bank account contains $5,000. Its interest rate is 4% per year. How much money will the account have after 3 years? So it says dollars equals, so like we normally have on the paper, just put dollars. We're going to write a box right there, and we'll go dollars in years. And remember, the time's always the x, and the money's always the y. So per, dollars per year. Well, we don't have a dollars per year because it's a percentage per year. So interest means add, so put plus 4%. That means we wouldn't make a line. We would use our a times b to the x power equals y. Now here's what these stand for. A and y stand for the same thing. So if y is going to be money, then a is going to be money as well. This is the beginning, this is the end, okay? Yeah, I'll just put dollar signs above those. Okay. So beginning and end. Well, I know what I have in the beginning is 5,000, so that's your A. And then the end we don't know, so question mark, because that's the answer to the problem. Okay. Now B is your percentage, but don't just put 4%. You got to take 100% and add 4%. and that's going to be 104%. Okay, so move the decimal twice, B would be 1.04. And then X is our years, and we know that our years are 3. Okay, so what I don't know is where is the Y. So everything goes but the Y. So the A, 5,000. B, 1.04 to the power of 3. Okay, and here's how you can punch that into this. So all you have to do really is just plug it in. So 500 times 1.04, power's right there of 3. Okay, 506, just put 562. That's your answer. Okay, number 19, last problem in this vlog here. Okay, as a town gets smaller, the population of its high school decreases by 6% per year. Decreases. The senior class has 160 students now, and how many years will it have 100 students? You're finding the years. Okay, so we have years and students in bold. So X is years, Y is students. And we'll go students per year. Okay, now there is no students per year. Again, what we have the rate of change is a percentage. So it would be minus 6%. So 100%, so minus 6% first. So again, with that percent, that means we write A times B to the X power equals Y. A, B, X, Y. Okay. Now again, A and Y stand for the same thing. So since Y is students, both of these are students. The B is the percent and the X is the years. The B is always called your decay or growth factor, and since it's by percent, that's what you're going to do. Okay, students. Well, the students, I know where they start at, okay? The students start at 160 and they end at 100, so I have both of those. The percent I have, because I'm going to take 100 minus 6%, and that's going to be 94%. So it's 0.94. What I don't have is the years, okay? So we're solving for the X. So A is 160. B is 0.94. We don't have the X, so that's to the X power, and then Y is 100. Okay, now this is a different ball game. So you're solving for the X, which is a power, so I would parenthesize the base. First, I need to get rid of this 160, okay? I have a plan I can do to solve for X, but this 160 can't be there. Since it's multiplied, I would divide by 160. Okay, 0.625. Okay, and then you got your log ratio. So X equals log. Now remember, your product has to line up on top. Even though that's a smaller number, you still got to put the 0.625 on the top. And the bottom is your 0.94. Okay, so I go log 0.625 divided by log 0.94. Okay, we'll go 8 on that. Okay, so X equals 8 years. X equals 8. Now, when working the problems, take as much space as you need. Don't worry about typing your answers on a Google Doc, because that's going to be a real big pain with the logs and all that. Just keep them there, hand them in when you get back, okay?